What's on P938/29, Part 1, Take 1. May God have mercy on Tony Wilson's soul.
Because my picture ain't what it was. When I think I never was that I mean. You hear me, I'm at TikTok. You love the scene of very underarm. Boredom. Ba-dum.
Ba-dum Ba-dum lines from a song, a punk anthem called Boredom, first released in Manchester in February '77 on an independently produced EP called Spiral Scratch. That EP is now a collector's piece, a punk classic. It both influenced and represented the spirit of the new music which thrived in the last 2 years. The group in question, Buzzcocks, were formed and the songs written by, on the right, Howard Devoto. He changes his name each time he moves town, and on the left, Pete Shelley. Shelley was what his parents were going to call him if he was a girl. By the summer of '78, Shelley and Devoto had parted company. With their own bands and record contracts, they had each released albums to great critical acclaim. Albums which, though musically very different, define the present state of play. As well as being the story of how these guitars got to be in this condition, this is also the story of Pete Shelley and Howard Devoto, two young men who seized their desires and helped change the reality of modern music. Autumn 1975, Bolton Institute of Technology. Shelley and Devoto are students, and they're very bored.
I was incredibly sick of what I was hearing and what I was reading on record, on paper, in people's minds.
November '75, Devoto puts up a notice looking for musicians, an obscure notice which prophetically included the word punk. Shelley answered the notice.
Well, about a couple of weeks after we met with views of forming a group, we started just writing songs together. And the songs were good and we enjoyed them. And we thought, we really must get a group together proper and go out and perform these songs, you know, so people can enjoy them as much as we do.
Feeling betrayed by contemporary music, the sounds inside their heads were revolutionary. Energy, aggression and simplicity. To many it seemed harsh and tuneless. It would later be called punk rock.
Everybody that was involved with that movement, and certainly myself, and I think probably Peter and the rest of Buzzcocks, was that you didn't think you were going to be around very long. You didn't think you were going to make another record. You didn't really know that you were going to play another concert. And therefore, in a way, you had to do it fast. And you had to do it as directly as you could.
Well, in some ways it was in opposition, and we were glad about that because we didn't want to be the same as everybody else. But also it was different because we were different. And, it just seemed to arise from the things that we were doing. That we had this feeling between us that we wanted to do something which was entertaining and exciting and actually meant something.
I thought of it as an attack, but not in any straightforward, upfront, I'll show you my fists man sort of thing. It was just an attempt to step sideways and shadow box with a few phantoms or something.
The fight begins on July 20th, 1976 at Manchester's Lesser Free Trade Hall, Shelley and Devoto on stage for the first time. They have now added a Stretford schoolboy on drums, John Marr, and on bass, Steve Diggle, unemployed from Oldham. This is an 8mm film taken by a friend. No soundtrack exists.
Well, it was a bit of a rush job. We were told that unless we were on the stage within 5 minutes, we wouldn't be playing at all, then we could only play for half an hour. But, I mean, there was excitement because we were partially organising the gig as well. So there was a lot of hanging around and everything. In those days, it seemed exciting. It was amateurish. But still exciting. A lot of people enjoyed it.
When I came off the stage, I went and looked down the back staircase, and I'd cut my finger on one of Peter's guitar strings, and I had some blood on my finger, and I thought I felt So unbelievably blank.
Between July and December 1976, Buzzcocks played 10 gigs. They pile in a van and go down to the Screen on the Green in Islington in London. Although they set the pace from the start with their friends the Sex Pistols and the Clash, because Buzzcocks are from Manchester, their top-line status is a while in coming. It looked to have arrived, though, with the release of Spiral Scratch, made with money borrowed from friends, and in particular money borrowed from Shelley's dad. It has sold 15,000. It's worth $100 in New York, but time was up for the special relationship. Just 3 weeks after release, Devoto decides to leave the band. In a statement to the music press, he says, "I don't like most of this new music. I don't like music. I don't like movements."
Well, it was just another one in a series of perverse movements on my part, really. Like getting involved with the sort of music the Buzzcocks was doing was a reaction and maybe a slap in the face for everything else. So leaving it, I had this second slap in the face in the back of my mind. You know.
Did it cross your mind that when Howard left, that was the end?
It may have done, but it wasn't there for very long. It was the thing where if Howard leaving had made it the end, then it would have been just a waste of time as doing it, because there'd been nothing actually there. Because he left before we actually became really well known. And I thought, well, there's two things we can do. We can either get in another vocalist, or we can, or I can do the singing. So I thought, well, if we get another vocalist, and that means a front man, and it'll change the character of the whole group. So I thought, I'll do the singing. So I did.
For the Buzzcocks, it's back to the notice board, this time in Virgin Records shop in Manchester. Leading Northwest beat combo require bass player who is pretty or competent or pretty competent. This is Garth, who's fairly pretty. Diggle moves over to play the guitar, and Shelley takes over from Devoto as the band's frontman.
Don't gob at me. This one's a nice pop song.
The Electric Circus in Collyhurst, Manchester, October 1977.
1, 2, 3, 4. What do I get? I'm not on the make, I just need a break. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? I only get sleepless nights alone here in my half bed. For you to think the 10 I'd ride. I wish it only had to be instead. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? Oh, what do I get? Tricky guitar solo.
What do I get?
No love.
What do I get?
No sleep at night.
What do I get?
Nothing precise.
What do I get?
Nothing at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. I don't get you.
It was the night Elvis Presley died. The news came through around midnight, but earlier that same evening, at the Electric Circus, the Buzzcocks signed a major record contract with United Artists. The company, founded in Hollywood 50 years ago by Charles Chaplin, Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks, had signed up the punks then resident at 364 Lower Broughton Road, Salford 7.
I think no, it isn't so much like the music industry is assimilated us, it's that we've assimilated the music industry. Because, well, as personally, I have a lot of control of what we do. And we are in charge in lots of respects that groups weren't before. The only thing that sells out now are record shops and concerts. And so I think as people are getting what they want. And it's just a means of communication. That's all a record shop is.
Meanwhile, back in history, Devoto was perhaps lonely, perhaps frustrated, certainly bored. Back to the notice board. Having found a guitarist, he asked now for bass, drums, keyboard, or woodwind. Quote, punk mentality not essential. He finds 2 art students and 2 local musicians. He has a band. The band are called Magazine. They play their first gig on November 2nd, 1977, and their third performance is at the Elizabethan Ballroom, Bellevue.
Touch of the motorcade. No one finds time to turn a blind eye. You can't be too careful nowadays. My friend says, listen to the stupid things that are making you say. back of his car in a null and void, which is the man at the center of the motorcade has learned to enjoy a sandwich in the boulevard. The motorcade will sway in the boulevard. The motorcade will sway in the boulevard.
I just liked the word motorcade and cascade, the big fat black cars moving through the street and people throwing their eyes over them, the effect it had. The idea of the big man in the back of his limousine, you know, that was all. It was
the man who can't even choose between coffee and tea.
No, he can do. But perhaps that's all that he can do. Perhaps despite all his power and influence, really, you know, the most fantastic, the biggest decision he can make in any day is to choose whether he has coffee or tea.
So choose between Buzzcocks and Magazine, both very much bands of their time, and it was a time to release singles. Buzzcocks released Orgasm Addict at 45 RPM. Magazine, they signed speedily to Virgin Records and released Shot by Both Sides. Buzzcocks put out What Do I Get? Magazine put out Touch and Go with Goldfinger. Buzzcocks follow up with I Don't Mind. All 5 singles hover in the charts at around the 30 mark. Widespread acceptance was denied by the bigotry of disc jockeys and radio station controllers, despising anything connected with the punk movement. Thinking it a repugnant fashion, they refused to play it, and they still refuse to play it.
Ba-dum-ba-dum.
What's on P938-29, Part 2, Take 1?
Ba-dum-ba-dum.
Do you not think that the movement which you were involved in at the beginning, I mean, did something for people? Did it
I know it did. I know it did something for people. I know it did a lot for a lot of people. I know it did a lot for me.
What did it do for a lot of people? We'll come to you later.
Always later, always later.
It's almost like a great communications network. It's an unlimited company. It's all around.
I think it gave them confidence to do things, to operate out there.
Did it give you confidence to operate out there?
It certainly did.
You get more confident by the week, don't you, really?
Yes.
If disc jockeys are frigid, then the music press are in love with the movement and Manchester music. This Shelley is now hailed as the romantic poet of the late 70s.
I preach an acceptance of love.
Howard Devoto, on the other hand, is, quote, the intellectual, though the jaded music hacks who saluted him as the messiah of '78 back in '77 are now more prone to comment on his receding hairline. There is, though, one serious and frequently voiced criticism of both bands. They are not political.
I think that if you deal as honestly as you can with yourself and with the things that you write about, then what the hell ever you write about is political.
A lot of the Sex Pistols songs aren't political. They're all about actually coming to terms with being yourself. And the politics was just something which was thrown on because there was talk of anarchy and a new order and revolution. And therefore that's why the whole political thing got clustered together. And a lot of people think that a political solution is the only one, but you've got to change people as individuals before you can change people en masse and it will work. So I think people need a new way of living inside themselves. And it's only then can people actually do things.
Shelley's personal politics find expression in Buzzcocks' new single, Love You More.
January the 4th, 1975. Just started going out with this girl, and she worked at Woolworths in Bolton. And I saw her there before dinner, then went home and wrote a song, and then saw her at dinner and told her about the song, and I'd just written it. So I mean, it was a true song, it was a true love song.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in love again, been like this before. I'm in love again, this time's true, I'm sure. Find up and online, they wonder. I've been hurt so many times before. So my darling, I will never leave you. It's in my blood to always love you more, love you more. It's my heart again that drives me so wild. I just can't explain, although I'm not too shy. So why will I cry if you ever left me? Maybe 'cause you're all I'm living for. With every heartbeat I want you madly. It's in my blood to always love you more, love you more. Oh my love again, what I say is true, though it may sound plain. I love you, and it means much to me, the life on offer. And if this isn't true love, then I am sure that after this love there'll be no other, until the razor cuts.
The razor used to hang from a safety pin. 2 years is a long time.
Are you not surprised that the great bored blank generation are now into love songs a la Pig Shelley?
No, because I think after you've got bored and you found something to do, then you start concentrating on things like being in love, and I think that goes through all the time. I mean, I think people have more things to do than just talk about how bored they are. And I think falling in love is one of the things that most people do.
The one major and obvious change in the life of both bands is that the men who attack technique for technique's sake are now, technically, better musicians.
It means that all these abstract ideas and thoughts which have got whizzing around in me have a means of actually getting them out, because sometimes I can be frustrated by actually wanting to say something but not knowing quite the right words or having the right abilities to be able to do it.
The change is that there's more time in it, and there's more aspects. There's more sides to the whole thing. Only a few more, because there were those sides then in the songs for me. it all sounded like this is the same primitive emotion being rerun, which it wasn't. Now, all there is a better binding.
Magazine are bound together by Barry Adamson on bass, Howard Devoto sings and writes the songs, John McGeoch shares the writing and plays guitar, Dave Formula, an elder musician, moved in recently on keyboards, and Martin Jackson plays the drums.
Once you had this promise on the tip of your tongue, but it went without saying, it went on too long. All the straws you clutched at have burst into flames, and so you smile and wave, tantalizingly lame. Like a bottle of champagne, you're just desserts. The smart ones understand you should have settled for less. You're gonna forget yourself in my happiness. Silence to yourself. You will forget yourself. I keep your silence to yourself. You will forget yourself.
That a track from their latest album, which is being heavily promoted. Buzzcocks 2 are out on the streets, both bands now bankable public property. Away from that, and there is a way, how do they see their roles? Shelley sings, am I a shaman or a sham? A shaman being someone who paints his dreams.
A story I've heard is that in primitive tribes, there's this one man who goes around from tribe to tribe, and whenever they have a problem, they see him. And they all get there and they all get out the weird concoctions which alter people's minds. And they tell him the problem, and he takes all these substances, and he goes off to this hut or a cave and goes to sleep, and he wakes up in the morning and he paints a picture or does something, and he goes away, and then all the elders and everyone all go into this hut in order to see this picture or drawing, and they all interpret it the way that they think that it should be interpreted.
As far as I'm concerned, I show people what they want to see. They may not be aware of what they want to see, but I will assure them eventually that they're seeing what they want to see.
So it's almost like an ink blot.
Steve Diggle, guitar and vocals. Pete Shelley, guitar and vocals. John Marr, drums and vocals. Stephen Garvey on bass guitar.
Reality's a truth, a game in which I seem to never find out just what I am. I don't know it. I'm a natural hat, a shot and a shack, but if it don't mind, I don't mind. I'm lost without a clue. So how can I do the tangle of these words of you? And I don't know if I should do it. It's something considered, but if it don't mind. Well, everything I see just makes me feel awful and down, and if it's true, it's a very tough, hope you might get around, I see it on my you should bet that you didn't care, but now they never got me anywhere. Each time I used to do the show, something about you, maybe not you more. I even could you hate me when you call me on the phone. Sometimes we go out, but I wish I stayed at home. When I'm dreaming, or just lying in my bed, I think they've got it in for me. Is it all in my head? Is it in my house when it convinces me? When everything I see just makes me feel awful in the down, and if it's true, it's a very town, if it's hanging around, is it all mine?
Before the encore, and there'll be an encore, a few personal details.
What about Peter? Can you describe him?
I think Peter deals honestly with what he writes about, which is as good a thing as you can say about anybody.
He's very obscure at times. Sometimes he seems very guarded. But if you can actually get through the cordon around him, then he's a really nice person to get on with.
A cordon?
It may be his way of tackling all this modern living. He enjoys keeping himself to himself and doesn't like too many hassles.
Well, if you know what you're doing, you learn what protection you need. And maybe that's where a lot of people go down the lift shaft.
What does your mum think of you?
Well, she likes me. She wishes I could come home a few more times.
On July 21st, 1978, Shelley and Devoto came home to the Lesser Free Trade Hall, Manchester, 2 years and 1 day after their first appearance. Buzzcocks played and Magazine played, and then there was a reunion. To acknowledge the past is the best way of meeting the future which is theirs. Ba-dum, ba-dum.
I can't control myself. That might.
And this is not nostalgia. This is not even off the cuff, but it's up our sleeve. And
Use that one. This is called I Can't Control Myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. I can't stand still 'cause you got me going. Ba 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 ba. It's nice to know when your hips are showing. Ba 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 ba. I take you good as you're standing there. You look as slacks and you love black hair. You make me move you like no one else. And when I'm with you, I can't control myself. It's the time that you got me shaking. Ba 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 ba. You got me so the madness is breaking. Ba 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 ba. I take you good as you're standing there. The what's go round in my head is here. You make me move you like no one else. And when I'm with you, I can't control myself. I could do something that sticks out of me. It makes me think of how things used to be. It makes me feel alright when I'm with you and I will love. Yes, we love. Ba 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 ba. You fill me soul with this big sensation. Ba 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 ba. This kind of feeling could destroy a nation. Ba 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 ba. But I'm okay while I'm here with you. I do the things that you want me to. I do these things for no one else. 'Cause when I'm with you, I can't control myself. 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 Well, sometimes I can. Well, sometimes I can. Well, just occasionally I can. When I stand here, I can. When I'm here, and the time is not quite.